We've been following this plan to bury nuclear waste deep underground, less than a mile from one of the Great Lakes.
But tonight, some Michigan lawmakers are trying to put the brakes on the deal before the first shovel hits the ground. 7 investigator Ross Jones here right now with details on that. Ross?
Stephen, Carolyn, it is hard to find anyone on this side of Lake Huron that is in favor of this plan, but it is marching forward tonight unless some lawmakers get their way.
From my standpoint, we should be minimizing any risk to the Great Lakes.
Senator Debbie Stabenow today announced an 11th-hour plan to try and slow down Ontario power generation from burying tons of radioactive nuclear waste 3/4 of a mile from Lake Huron.
We don't need to take the risk. There's a lot of other places to put that waste.
As we've been reporting since February, OPG's plan has generated an army of resistance from cities, counties, and states all along the Great Lakes, all who want the company to store the low and intermediate nuclear waste somewhere else that isn't so close to the world's largest freshwater source. Stabenow's plan wouldn't stop OPG from burying the waste, which she admits she doesn't have the power to do, but it would force the International Joint Commission to get involved. Founded in 1909, it exists to try and resolve disputes between the U.S. and Canada, and Stabenow would use it to push for more research into the risks of OPG's plan.
You have to do a study first on the current plans for low and medium level nuclear waste at the shoreline.
But OPG's vice president has insisted for months that the company has already done its homework, and storing the waste underground comes with virtually no risk.
When we look at the depth that we're going to and how well isolated it is from the surface, the lake frankly becomes irrelevant in the discussion.
It is unclear how quickly Stabenow's legislation will be introduced and whether passage would really slow down OPG's plan. Right now, the company is waiting on approval from Ontario's Minister of the Environment. If they get it, the plan can proceed.
To me, it's about taking risk with the Great Lakes. Why do we need to do that? This is a choice. It does not have to be right next to the Great Lakes.
And while they weren't at today's press conference, this legislation is also being sponsored by Senator Gary Peters and Congressman Dan Kildee. We did reach out to OPG looking for their reaction to this new legislation. So far, we've not been able to reach them.
All right, Ross, thank you for the live update on that story.